else we have, Holy Spirit? What else do we have? 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 Holy Spirit, what else do we have? It's judgment time. It's judgment time. You're tapping into your potential. There are going to be opportunities coming your way. Opportunities that have been held back, but they were preserved. People thought that they were going to give you in a career bottleneck, blackball you in your career. But you waited patiently, and now you have promotion and raises coming your way. You're going to meet a person or people, resources that bring those opportunities to you, and it's coming in quick. All while they're celebrating, or they were celebrating at one point. Now you're going to get to celebrate. Not celebrate their demise, but celebrate the victories that you know that God brought you through this, and you knew only God brought you to this. Be careful in the times when you see people going through their calamity for what they did. Don't focus on them and the judgment that they're getting, because God is going to show you. He's going to show you how great He is. Your focus is to stay on the Most High God. Continue focusing on Him. And rejoice in how He brought you through with a mighty hand. Right now you're connecting with your soul, your spirit, your body. Exploring you, your personalities, the things you need to work on. So you can have that willpower. So you can have that staying power. So you can stay focused and resist temptation, keeping those strong boundaries. Yeah. You're still going to have people gossiping and disclosing. This person gossiped a lot about you, disclosed a lot of secrets. This was someone who was close to you, family member, friend that you had for a long time. Ex-lover. Now this person is going to find out that people are going to be gossiping about them, disclosing their secrets. This person is still haughty and in denial. Ego-driven. Not facing reality. Remember the smile. No matter where you are in this, whether you're still in the thick of it, whether you're coming to the end, or whether you're out, remain focused. Remember to smile, have joy, be grateful to the Most High God for what He has done, what He is doing, and what you have yet to see. Holy Spirit, what else? Okay, I'm going to take it the way it is. This person didn't cooperate with you. This person you were supposed to be building with. This person, great and mighty things God was trying to do through you too. Or this group of people. But they didn't cooperate. There wasn't a consensus. Why? Because they were so busy trying to grab the spotlight and be in front. Too busy being jealous of your gifts and where God had taken you, not knowing that the resources that He provided for you were supposed to be resources to do the things that He wanted you to do together. And greatness was coming. They just weren't patient enough for it. They only thought about money and what they could receive, the material things, which are small things to God. And He could provide those things. But because it was the focus and not focusing on what God wanted, Mm. Now, they're broke, busted, and disgusted. They did unspeakable things to steal the resources that actually was already theirs. Because for many of you, you had the mentality with mine is yours, what's yours is mine. No, they were looking at what's mine is mine, what's yours is mine. So they did unspeakable things, provided obstacles that hindered even themselves. Those obstacles have been removed from your life. They were playing with your mind, trying to harness and siphon away your strength, not knowing y'all were stronger together. They ignored the soul whispers. When you did not, you answered. Now you're finding spiritual release. And they're all bound up. Instead of hearing the voice of God, they're tormented by the voice of the enemy that they allowed to get in, that serpent. Like in the Garden of Eden. It sounded so good. The picture that the enemy painted sounded so great. Not knowing that their detriment was there. They took a chance and they rolled snake eyes. Now they can't predict or control what is happening. They have so many uncertainties, so many variables to consider because they just kept digging that hole. Now that they find themselves at the bottom of that hole, they don't know how to get out of it. Meanwhile, you're going to have success and abundance. Status and privilege. The status and privilege that this person saw and tried to steal and keep for themselves. Because you maintained your humility and remain humble and balanced, where God has rebalanced your life. Maybe even God humbled you in this situation. Now is the perfect time for everything to come to fruition. It was always a time. It was always going to be a time when God released these blessings. But only God is releasing these blessings without that person. On this card is also, it's a time clock and it's money. It was a time for the abundance to be released. But people didn't have the patience. They weren't nurturing and loving.